us at our 33rd annual Roberto Clemente Gala. It is my honor and my pleasure to welcome you all tonight. If you were here last year, you remember when I stood up here, I had been at the helm of the agency for a whopping 6 months. Can now proudly say I've been there a year and a half. It has been an awesome year and a half. In the last year, we've had some great successes at the agency. We've grown some existing partnerships and created some new ones. So first I'd like to welcome Speaker Craig Coughlin and Assemblywoman Yvonne Lopez. They were here earlier but could not stay. The Middlesex County Democratic Organization, Chairman Kevin McCabe. Freeholders, Middlesex County Freeholders, Charles Kenny, Santi Narra, our esteemed Mayor Wilda Diaz. Thank you all. You are a great support to the agency. You're great friends of the agency, and we truly appreciate it. In the last year, PRAHD has seen some great successes. Specifically, we rolled out a couple of new programs this year that we're really proud of. For the first year in many years, we have our very own summer camp called Camp by the Bay. And there are many of you in this room that helped us by sponsoring either a camper or a field trip, and we really appreciate it. Our campers had a great summer, and we're hoping to make it bigger and better in 2020. We also rolled out a program that I'm very proud of. It's near and dear to my heart. It is called Entre Mujeres. It is an after-school program for high school Latina girls. We currently have 25 girls enrolled. They meet with us twice a month from 5 to 7 p.m. It is an empowerment and leadership program. We also do college initiatives, career engagement, and we've incorporated a literacy component to grow their knowledge for Latina authors specifically, because I actually had never read a book written by a Latina author until I got to college. So I feel like they should get that a little bit earlier than I did. We've also expanded our OI program, which is our HIV and AIDS program, which usually only focused on women ages 18 to 29. We have rolled out this year a sub-part of that program called Bros That Know, and it is focused on men ages 18 to 29 because we are inclusive, and it shouldn't just be the young ladies learning. So and it's been a great success, and we partner with Planned Parenthood. I know you guys are here for that program, Bros That Know, so thank you very much. It's been a big success. We had our first annual AIDS awareness testing day, 5K. It was nearly 100 degrees that day. We're gonna plan it better for 2020, but we had a lot of people come out for it, and it was a big success, so thank you to all that supported us, and I hope you all come out and walk and or run with us in 2020. I'd also like to thank Middlesex County College. You see they roll deep, right? So Middlesex County College has had a partnership with the agency for quite some time, but 2019 saw a beautiful expansion and growth of that partner to the extent that they were a critical part of putting this gala together. So Jose Laureano is one of our gala co-chairs. You'll hear from him soon. He's also an old and dear friend of mine. But they also helped us put together the videos for our honorees that you'll see, the marketing videos that you may have seen on social media. Middlesex County did that for us as an in-kind contribution, and not only was it a huge help to us, but the quality of the work was exceptional, and the professionalism above bar. It was excellent. Thank you so much, Middlesex County. Also, this gala is not possible without every single one of you, so thank you so much. And to our bronze and silver sponsors, thank you. We also had some guests that actually purchased and donated tickets to our staff so that they could be here. So you see our staff is working very hard. So thank you so much for making that possible for our staff. And to my staff, wherever you are, where are you sitting back there? I have about 12 staff members here. That's a please stand. They're kind of scattered all around, but I always tell people we touch about 17,000 lives a year, and we do it because of them, not because of me. I can't take any credit for the output that the agency has. Everything that comes out of that agency is because I truly have amazing, dependable, hardworking staff. So thank you so much, ladies, and my 3 gentlemen that I have. I have more women than men in the agency. And also, finally, I have to thank, she's disappeared because I'm sure she knew I was going to do this, my assistant, Lily. So if you bought a ticket, if you bought an ad journal page or a package, you dealt with Lily. She is really the machine that makes this all come together somehow. I'm not quite sure how she does it, but she does. And then last but not least, my esteemed board members. So thank you, first of all, for your support, but more importantly for trusting me with this agency that has been a pillar in the community for 45 years. Thank you for trusting me, thank you for supporting me, thank you for being here, I really appreciate it. So I'd like to call up our Gala co-chairs now, Jose Laureano and Suzette Tonique Rodriguez, for some brief remarks.
Good evening. My name is Suzette Rodriguez. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Blank Rome, and I had the distinct pleasure of co-chairing this gala with Jose. Thank you, Kim, for selecting us. It was a wonderful opportunity and we enjoyed it. I wanted to take just a minute to say thank you especially to our sponsors that came in at the silver and bronze levels in particular. So I'm just gonna mention their names, and then if we can give them a really warm round of applause. The purpose of today is really to raise funds for this wonderful organization, and thank you all for being here. Our silver sponsors were the Hispanic Federation, PNC Bank, and Wells Fargo. And our bronze sponsors were my firm, Blank Rome, so thank you to my firm, the Carpenter Trust, Bayshore Family of Companies, TD Bank, Horizon, Tropical Cheese, WellCare, and BCB Bank. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Jose Laureano. I am the director of the PRAHD Center for Middlesex County College, and I've had the privilege of serving as the co-chair with Suzette and the Gala Committee, which did a phenomenal job this year. It's also great that we are here to honor John DiGiorno, Andres Rosario, and Juan Cartagena. On a personal note, many years ago, I was a recipient of the PRAHD scholarship when I graduated from Perth Amboy High School. And that scholarship allowed me to purchase books my first semester at Rutgers University. While at Rutgers University, I had the privilege of taking a course with Professor Juan Cartagena, Law Latino Community. While I didn't become a lawyer, sorry, ladies, that particular course taught me the value of our Constitution and the value of our civil rights and how to advocate and protect those civil rights. I went on to become a social worker and an educator, and I still hold that class, and the impact that Juan Cartagena had on me still resonates today. So with that said, today, the support for PRAHD should not end today. The support for PRAHD should continue. I expect everyone here to approach a board member, approach Kim on how you can continue to be supportive of this agency and this organization moving forward, because they have wonderful initiatives and programs that truly serve the city of Perth Amboy and the local community. So enjoy the night, have fun, and a special shout out to my people in Middlesex County College. And if you would want to talk to our president and our vice presidents, they're all here today. So please stop by and say hello. Thank you.
Wherever you walk through life, you make connections, and sometimes you don't know how long those connections are going to last. But I met Joey in 1995. and I'm still around. He can't get rid of me. And on August 7th, 2000, I walked into a law school terrified, the first in my family to dare to dream. And I met Suzette Tonique Rodriguez, and she still can't get rid of me either. So you make lasting friendships. They're not just business network connections, they're lasting friendships. So thank you both for being such great supporters and for all of your hard work to help us put this gala together. Really quickly, I want to remind everyone, when you came in, you saw the silent auction. The silent auction will close at about 9:30. So if you saw some great item out there you wanted to bid on, please make sure you go out there and bid on it. Also, you will see where some of our staff members will walk around selling 50-50 tickets if you didn't get a chance to buy. You can, I think Miss Lori is going around. There she is. She'll help you get some tickets if you need some. At this time, I'd like to call the chairman of our board of directors, Robert Durso, for some brief remarks.
If I ever start a baseball career, I want you to play that song when I come up to bat. I have nothing prepared because I was told I talk too much. But I want to make sure that everybody in this room knows how grateful we are to have you support us on a yearly basis. Myself and our board of directors is honored that you would come out on this wonderful occasion to support us and let us know how important we are to the community. So we thank you for that, and we thank you for your ongoing support and your generosity, of course. On a personal note, I just want to thank Kim Ruiz. She has been an amazing addition to our family, and we are grateful to have you. She is being paid way, way, way less than she's worth. So we are so grateful that you took the opportunity to add to your resume, and we hope that you have a long and prosperous relationship with us. So on that note, I want to again thank you all. Remember, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And by showing up tonight, you've shown us that you care, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
So this is the moment that you've all been waiting for, right? The awards, right? No, it's the music, I know, we're gonna get to it. We have 3 honorees tonight. Our first honoree is Andres Rosario. Unfortunately, Mr. Rosario could not make it tonight. Due to some medical issues, he couldn't make it tonight. But I did want to, because we have his award, I did want at a minimum to give you a little bit of background on Andres. So Andres was selected for the Amigo of the Year award. Amigo means friend. For the past 45 years, PRAHD has been blessed with many amigos. It is because of all of the amigos that PRAHD has that we can continue to serve the community and positively impact Perth Amboy and Middlesex County. 30 years ago, Andres Rosario immigrated to the United States from the Dominican Republic. He lived in New York for 3 years and then moved to Perth Amboy, where he continued his life and started a restaurant business that will soon become very successful. Many know Andres as Andres Bonao because he is the owner of Bonao Restaurant located on Oak Street in Perth Amboy. If you live or work in Perth Amboy, chances are that you have had the pleasure of enjoying the delicious food served at Bonao Restaurant. Although he is the owner, you can always find Andres in the kitchen at Bonao. And don't be surprised if he's serving you your food. Despite his hard-earned success, Andres has remained humble, hardworking, and most of all, giving. At PRAHD, we know Andres as our amigo. Andres has partnered with PRAHD for many of its events, donating food, and even when he charges us, it's always at a discounted rate. I know that we are not alone in our community when we say that Andres is truly committed to giving to the community. He is quiet, but his kind presence, generosity, and constant support have earned him the Amigo of the Year award. So although he's not here, let's please give him a warm round of applause. We'll be sure to get him his award because we are regulars at Bonao. The next award is presented to Juan Cartagena. The next generation of civil rights activists are Latino. That's what Juan Cartagena said. A champion is a person that advocates for and publicly supports a cause or movement. Human and civil rights, as well as equity for the Latino community, are causes that are aligned with PRAHD's mission as we work to serve those individuals that have been historically marginalized and underserved. Over 20 years ago, I walked into a class called Law in the Latino Community. Joey tried to steal my thing, but I had to turn my paper over, you know? The class was taught by a professor that possessed the urban swagger and accent that many said I spoke with when I first arrived on the Rutgers campus from Jersey City. This was an elective course where I thought I could have a somewhat easygoing semester. Boy, was I wrong. We worked hard. The professor demanded much of us. But as a young, eager Puerto Rican student who was the firstborn on the mainland and the first one to ever dream of being an attorney, I was determined to do well. After all, he was the first Puerto Rican professor I had ever met. I couldn't let him down. This professor solidified my passion for the law. Over 20 years later, that class has been taught at Rutgers, and it has produced countless civil rights and social justice activists, each of us choosing different paths to exercise our voice. At that time, I had no idea who that man really was, except he taught me that when the judge sneezes, say God bless you. Today, that professor is one of the nation's leading voices on equality and non-discrimination. A constitutional and civil rights attorney, Juan Cartagena, inspires changes to systems that marginalize communities of color. As a public speaker, El Diario columnist, and Rutgers University lecturer, Juan focuses extensively on Puerto Rican and Latino rights, including the community impacts of mass incarceration. He has dedicated his life to the pursuit of civil rights, human rights, and constitutional litigation that improves the lives of Latinos and other minorities. He also has worked to increase the number of Latinos in the legal profession. As a member of the American Bar Association Commission on Hispanic Legal Rights and Responsibilities, Juan promoted the accurate and uniform translation, English is not my first language, of the Miranda warning nationwide. In 2017, he led an effort to certify a Spanish translation of a public referendum question in Florida to restore the voting rights of formerly incarcerated individuals. This was critical to engaging Latino voters in that state. For over 30 years, Juan has been an outspoken and zealous champion for the rights of the Latino community. He is very deserving of this award.
So Latino Justice Project is a national civil rights organization that uses the law and also challenges law that impedes the progress of Latinx and Latinos all over the country. So Latino Justice is working on a number of very important issues today. And the first area of work that we're dealing with is the cooperation between law enforcement and corrections with an immigration enforcement regime that's really amped up like never before. Practically everyone now who doesn't have citizenship papers, or is worse yet, doesn't have authority to still remain in the country, is a priority for this administration. And that creates havoc in our communities. The second area in which we're dealing with the administration, from a criminal justice reform perspective, the advancements of the previous administration to lower the number of people who are incarcerated in our prisons, both state and federal, seems to have been put to the side because this priority of this administration needs to be as hard on crime as ever before. And those issues exacerbate the worst aspects of the criminal justice system. The third area is Puerto Rico, because we do quite a bit of work both in the diaspora. We had to sue FEMA to make sure that the benefits that people were in the temporary shelters were still being received. And lastly is workers' rights. This administration has effectively backed away from enforcing the guarantees of equal employment opportunity. In fact, they've literally folded their arms, and it takes organizations like us to make sure that wage and hour laws are protected, that people are not harassed sexually in the job because they're Latina immigrant workers, and that people are treated fairly in the job. The fact that the Puerto Rican Association for Human Development in Perth Amboy has decided to recognize my work as a champion of the year is an honor for me. The fact of the matter is that that organization, PRAHD, has been so important in making sure that the transition of Puerto Ricans and other Latinos in Perth Amboy exists, and that it's done seamlessly, and that they're protected, and that they can live in Perth Amboy and Middlesex County with the same dignity that one would expect of anybody coming to this country who wants to contribute. So thank you, PRAHD.
Please join me in welcoming Juan Cartagena to the stage.
Thank you so much. Buenas noches. Thank you for the guys who are spinning the tunes. Gracias a Tito Puente. I can't live without Tito Puente. I want to make this very short. Kim, gracias. Thank you so much for reminding me of the small role that I play in making sure that people like you and like Joey do what you do. So thank you. So I'm going to really give you some names, and the names of my family, the names of your family, and they're all connected to Perth Amboy. So first of all, my wife, Nanette Hernandez, is right here. Thank you, Nanette, for being here. She is the support that I have for everyone. My last name is Cartagena. Before I came to Perth Amboy to be here tonight, I used to come here to visit my father and his family. So my father's family lived here in the 1980s. Juan Cartagena, his kids, Ivan Cartagena, Eddie Cartagena, Angelo Cartagena, and Diana Cartagena, and his wife Petra Cartagena were all living here in Perth Amboy. Those are my earliest memories of your hometown. And they were always warm memories, because this was always an inviting place for Puerto Rican communities that I remember forever. The next family is the Torres family, who is sitting right in front of me right there, and they are wonderful additions to Perth Amboy. So it's BJ Torres, and right next to him is the Pozicki family. Thank you so much for all of you for being here, for making Perth Amboy a better place, both civically with Harry and his wife Caroline, and also artistically with both BJ, mi primo hermano, and his wife Caroline. So thank you so much. And the fact that you all are right here in front of me at the main table, how that happened, is amazing. Next is the amazing Hector Bonilla, who is part of the family of people who strive to make Perth Amboy a better place, and that's because he's connected to the amazing Wilda Diaz. Wilda, gracias for being here. Your mayor in this town is known all over the country, and I really am happy that she's here tonight, and happy especially that Hector is here tonight, because Hector and I go back. We go back. The Rodriguezes, right here, of course, is not only Judge Rodriguez and his family, gracias, Giovanna, for being here, but in the chairperson of your board and the chair of your gala tonight is one of the most amazing attorneys in all of New Jersey, Suzette. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. And on that same table, I'm gonna end with this. No, I'm gonna almost end with this. Is the family of the Montalvos, who are right there. Mimi and Mike and Kira, thank you so much for being here. I'll leave you with this thought. Those of you who know me know that I don't only wear the hat of civil rights attorney. I also wear a hat that promotes the culture, the music, and the vibrancy of the Puerto Rican community. And I do that through the drum music of Puerto Rico, through the bomba music of Puerto Rico, and the plena music of Puerto Rico. And one of the most amazing memories that I have after I started coming here to visit my father in the 1980s is when I was invited multiple times by PRAHD by this organization to be part of and to witness your amazing celebrations of Puerto Rican culture and music. The amazing amount of energy that filled the room. I heard trovadores sing the mountain music of Puerto Rico, la música jíbara, la música brava de Puerto Rico, in ways that I never thought I could witness live in the United States. I only thought that was reserved to Puerto Rico. But you and Perth Amboy got it together. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay, last but not least is the Roberto Clemente Award. The name Roberto Clemente conjures images of the Baseball Hall of Fame who proudly wore number 21 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But Roberto Clemente was so much more than an incredibly talented and accomplished baseball player. Often referred to as the quiet gentleman, Roberto Clemente is also known for his humanitarian efforts. Clemente regularly held baseball clinics for kids in need, made food supply donations and large financial donations to help communities at large. His untimely death came in 1972 while he was en route to Nicaragua to deliver aid to earthquake victims. In September 2017, Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. I, like many of you in this room, found myself desperately searching for ways to get food and supplies to my family and their respective communities. In particular, I was very concerned about getting supplies to my mother and her community in a small barrio in Orocovis, Puerto Rico, located in the central mountain range of the island. For weeks after the hurricane, this area was only accessible via helicopter. So, I began what many consider a fool's task. At my office, they say I always have crazy ideas. This was one of them for sure. I started looking for a helicopter and pilots that would help me get the supplies to Orocovis. Could you imagine how insane that sounds? Like when I say it out loud, and I think to myself, how crazy was I, right? Like, how could I get a helicopter? Unbeknownst to me, and thanks to social media, my pleas for help went viral. One morning, I received a call from a man that I did not know, but whose voice was strangely familiar. He introduced himself as John Del Giorno, and I chuckled. I said, yeah, right. And he said, no, it's really me. You know, the guy that flies a helicopter for Channel 7? Yes, that same John Del Giorno that you may hear reporting from a helicopter during the 6 a.m. Channel 7 news while you're getting ready for work. John said 6 magic words during that phone call after he introduced himself. I think I can help you. He then told me about his affiliation with Operation Airdrop. Operation Airdrop is a non-profit organization made up entirely of volunteers that fly into disaster areas and provide area relief by dropping in supplies. So before I go further, we do have a representative here besides John from Operation Airdrop. Ryan, can you please stand? Thank you. Thank you so much. Through Operation Airdrop, John made good on his word and coordinated the transportation and delivery of food and supplies to Orocovis, Puerto Rico, where his friend and colleague, Jose Montañez, who was supposed to be here tonight but could not because he was traveling back from Europe, got here early this morning, extraordinarily early, like 2 a.m. So Juan then drove the supplies to Manatí, which is close to Orocovis, and met my mother there. All in all, Operation Airdrop delivered nearly 1 million pounds of supplies to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. The impact of that, you have to really think about it. You're talking about all volunteers. No one in that group got paid to do what they did. They simply did it because they care. Because they care about the greater good and their fellow humans. Operation Airdrop has also provided area relief and support after Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and most recently, Dorian. Additionally, John and his wife Tina, who's here with him, have helped and participated with the New Jersey Special Olympics plane pull fundraiser for 25 years. Just like the quiet gentleman, Clemente, John is a humble man and will tell you that it is almost embarrassing to receive this award. I actually had to twist his arm to accept this award. However, his commitment to give back to not only his local community, but the global community is exactly what Clemente believed in and the most impressive part of his legacy. John is very deserving of this award.
My name is John Del Giorno, and I have been a helicopter reporter with WABC in New York since 1995. With Channel 7, I fly in the helicopter every morning. We cover everything from traffic, breaking news, little local stories, big network stories sometimes for Good Morning America, but we're the first response. I feel thankful and grateful every day because if it weren't for those folks that are watching TV at home, I wouldn't have a job. My wife works in radio locally, and the two of us think it's a big deal to be able to give something back to the community because the community gives us our professions and our livelihoods. Tina and I, Christina Lang, we've been active locally. It's been more than 25 years we've been involved with Special Olympics New Jersey. An open event, and they basically play tug of war with a commercial airliner. It raises hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you get to work with the Special Olympics athlete, and they get on teams. And it's a really, really cool experience to raise awareness for these events and raise awareness for these great causes. Humanitarian work, I haven't done a lot of hands-on. I got involved in Operation Airdrop right after they first began, 2017. Operation Airdrop came out of a group of private pilots and began to fly supplies to different areas of Texas that were otherwise unreachable. That grew into a bigger operation for Hurricane Irma. It was at its peak when Maria came and hit Puerto Rico. Hurricane Maria came in so big and so strong. The damage was so catastrophic. The relief effort for Hurricane Maria wound up being close to 1 million pounds of supplies. And then the other part of the effort was actually having people on the ground over there because the situation was so confusing and so chaotic. This all happened in real time. All volunteers, whether they're sitting at home working logistics, actually flying the airplanes over there, donating their own time to go over to a disaster zone and supervise the effort on that side to make sure these supplies got where they had to go. Being the recipient for the Roberto Clemente Award, it's humbling, it's almost embarrassing, because Operation Airdrop is so much more than just me. These are really good people at Operation Airdrop that donated their time and their efforts, and the result was astounding.
Please join me in welcoming John Del Giorno to receive the Roberto Clemente Award.
Thank you so much. I need my glasses, I'm sorry. I don't get to wear the glasses in the helicopter in the morning. So Kim said to keep this short, and unfortunately I have to tell you that the folks at WABC will tell you that is not my strong suit. But we will try to keep it short. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. This is a real honor, and everything that Kim told you about how we met is 100% true. I see a word as I've been sitting here watching the slides, and the word that keeps showing up is community. And community is what really makes the world small. And when you talk about how small the world is, when Kim and I got to talking, I actually grew up in the house, literally, across the street from where Kim lives now. And that's how small the world gets in this community. Your organization, Operation Airdrop, are based on two pretty basic human factors to me. And one, there is just an innate human desire to help. People feel like they want to help when they can. And the second thing is that sometimes it's the most challenging of circumstances that bring out the best in people. And we go back to community, the aviation community, and Ryan will tell you too, the aviation community is really tight-knit. People know each other, people are a little loopy, but usually that works out to the benefit. And Ryan got me interested in Operation Airdrop and challenging circumstance. Ryan had just gotten married, and you knew I was gonna do this to you, but Ryan Spellman had just gotten married and was enjoying life with his new wife, Muncie, when out of the blue was stricken with a condition called POTS, which is an autonomic disorder, and he had to leave his job and was basically working at home and got me interested in Operation Airdrop, and I kept up with it as it was building and through Harvey and Irma, and then Maria happened, and it got all of our attention. And Operation Airdrop, as Kim said, it's 100% volunteer. There's no paid positions. And that includes private pilots who just donate their airplanes. It includes donations. All of the donations that we took went towards getting airplanes. We spent time finding organizations that had collected, sometimes, hundreds of thousands of pounds of materials, but had no way to get them to the island. So we focused on that. We knew that people had supplies, but they had no way to get it there. And Ryan, who was forced to spend a lot of time laying down because of POTS, and you will pass out. So Ryan, lying on his couch with a laptop, organized this whole effort as far as logistics. And the smallest plane that we flew carried 300 pounds to Puerto Rico. Ryan also found a Boeing 767 that carried 100,000 pounds to Puerto Rico. And to be a part of an effort like that, I'll always be thankful for it. So thank you, Ryan, for making me a part of it. And thank you, in your own adversity, for making that happen. When you see me do a report in the morning, I'm just the face that gives it to you. There's a whole team of people behind me. There are writers and producers and pilots and people that you don't see. Tonight is the same thing. I'm a person. There's a huge team behind us. Thank you so much for recognizing Operation Airdrop tonight. We're going to continue our work. We continued our work just a few months ago. It will keep going forward. And thank you for your sense of community. It's an honor and a thrill. And I'm a local kid, man. I love being a part of your community. Thank you so much.
Very happy to be with you, and it's my great pleasure to give a progressive grace, so don't worry. And on this very special evening, on the 33rd annual Roberto Clemente Gala, we ask that the gift of faith be invoked. As we gather for this Gala 2019 to honor our most deserving recipients of the Puerto Rican Association Human Development Family of Community Outreach and Service, we pause to give thanks to Almighty God and to remember in sincerity the blessings bestowed. We see how we are inspired by each of the awardees and are truly grateful for their goodness and their gifts, surrounded by family and friendships this evening. We look about at so many guests and attendees on this occasion and feel admiration for such an impressive support of presence and pledge in the endeavors of PRAHD. And we most certainly celebrate the leadership and team of PRAHD who have made a lasting impact on the lives of our residents, who turn to them in their need, and who each and every day seek to make a better tomorrow for the homes and hearts coming to their center. As we share our meal and fellowship, bless those who serve us this night, and bless, Lord, the gifts of always being joyful in your bounty and trusting in all moments, as we thank you, follow you, and find you in self-giving and merciful living. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amén.